Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. We are here in the pre-draft for the Clan Boss Draft. I have YST, I've got Hellhades, I've got Scratch, I've got ColdBrewGaming, all here to join me for this pre-draft process. We're going to basically talk a little bit about, what we're thinking about, what our plans are, if there's any strategies involved, that sort of thing. And we're also going to have a spin in the wheel and see who gets the first pick in the draft. So that's going to be pretty exciting. We'll have that right at the end. So, guys, what do you guys think? Are you excited? Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Before we get into that, why don't I go over the rules for anybody that doesn't know exactly what we're doing here? We're doing a clan boss draft, so each of us is going to pick 5 champions in turn. We're going to pick those champions. And we're going to do it in a snake draft. So if I have the first pick in the first round, I'll have the last pick in the second round until we all have 5 champions. We're able to drop one of them if we don't like how our team turned out and pick up somebody that wasn't already selected. Because once a champion's picked, he can't be picked for anybody else. So just one champion. There are no dupes, but otherwise, I think we can do absolutely anything. We can use whatever champions we want. We can use whatever team setups we want. There's no restriction on the gear. The only restriction is the team power level can't be over 300,000, which I know that sounds like a lot, but it's actually a bit of a scrunch for us here with these maxed out great halls. So that's kind of what we're doing here, and it should be fun. And if you win, you're going to be able to give out gems to 10 different people, 500 gems each. Half of them will get an ancient shard, half of them will get an epic book. Second place gets to give out 500 gems to 7 people. Third place, 500 gems to 5 people, and then fourth and fifth place get to get 500 gems out to 3 people each. So we're giving out thousands of gems. Beautiful. It's really awesome. Nice. I'm really happy that Plarium backed us on this. So major thanks to Banana Jam for that. But yeah, guys, what do you think? Are you excited about the draft? What are your thoughts on it going into things?
Well, I'll kick off. I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit nervous about the draft because with best laid plans, all of a sudden, are you going to just be trying to get your 5? Are you going to try and counter someone else's picks? If you see someone picking up a man-eater, are you going to automatically just grab the painkeeper so that he can't get an unkillable going, or makes it more difficult? Or there's a whole bunch of kind of counter strategies that could come out. It's not as easy as just writing down a bunch of champions that are decent for clan boss, I don't think. So very interesting. I don't know where I'd rather be. But I'd rather get 2 champions back to back for me. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it can get pretty nasty if we're going to play it like that, but I'm ready to rumble, so...
Yeah, it's going to be all about having a list of my most wanted champions, and then depending on how the draw goes, so depending on who goes first, if they pick my champion that I want, then I have to have a next best alternative, right? Which I can fit into maybe a next specific team. So if it's man-eater number 1 and they pick it out, then I gotta change my whole setup because I no longer can use just man-eater. So
I mean, I have some experience with fantasy drafts. Preparation definitely pays dividends in this sort of a thing for sure. Actually, Hellhades, you kind of spoiled my next question. What do you guys want? The first pick or do you want the last pick? What do you think's the better spot to be in? YST, you got any preferences?
I don't know, but I feel like if I write a list, the second that someone picks one, I'm going to get thrown off guard, and I'm just going to try and mess everyone's teams up. But I think preferably I'd prefer to be last first, if that makes sense, because then it kind of lets me know what kind of team I can kind of go for. So if all of the unkillable teams get stolen, I know I'm going 2 to 1, I'm going 4 to 3, I can kind of prep that way. So yeah.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Being able to get 2 champions right off the bat can really, I think, set your team up, right? So, I always find that to be one of the hardest parts of this game is, getting your speeds. You usually need 2 champions to really, as a cornerstone of any team, right? Chris isn't usually enough by himself. You got to pair him with somebody else. I mean, what do you guys, do you have any strategies? Are you going for speed first? Are you going for unkillable first? I don't know if you want to spoil it to your competitors here, but just kind of curious. I got no fear, so I'll let you know what I'm about. But
well, I tell you what, the player power thing is actually it's a bit of a blocker. People won't appreciate 300,000 player power. You think, oh, that's a load. I've got a max great haul. I've got all of this resistance that I don't need. coming through, which is a lot of player power worth of points. Has everyone here got a max Great Hall, by the way? Are we all playing the same?
Not
Yeah,
max.
I have a max Great Hall. Yeah.
I've never been happier not to have a max Great Hall than I am right
See,
now.
this is me and Scratch. ColdBrew, are you maxed?
Yeah, I've been maxed for a while.
Yeah, so I mean that makes.
I thought you
bit
would
of a
have a
difference.
max one.
Well,
Why not?
I mean, not quite. The problem is I do have my resistance max, so it really doesn't benefit me at all in this case. But you know,
But yeah, no, I'm thinking like, I don't want to be in the middle. I don't want to be the guy in the middle. I want to be either end that you do get double picks.
Right.
Because like you say, you can change your team around, but if you want to go for a 2-for-1 speed comp or whatever, it's generally you need 2 people on a team to make that work. And ideally you can start to grab away champions from other people. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm just writing down number 3 for Hellhades. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about that.
no. Is that not what we're doing today? It's like a random thing, right? Got me as a 5.
What about you, Scratch? You got any preferences where you land in this thing?
I mean, first, last doesn't really matter. If I'm going last, at least I get to see what the guys are all about. You know, if I'm going first, I'm still kind of putting my mind onto a thing to do. You know, so yeah, I guess we'll see.
Who's that number 1 pick then? Sounds like you got somebody in mind already.
As number 1 pick, not necessarily, honestly, no. But it really depends on what sort of team you're planning to do. You know, and I can already feel some tension in the air with some people trying to do a specific team, you know, and I might be like, maybe I'm not gonna do the same thing, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know.
Exactly.
What do you mean? I mean, you know, I get it. You don't want to share your number 1 pick. That's fine. You know, I got that. What about you, ColdBrew? You got any? You got secrets you're still holding on to, or you feel pretty open about it?
I don't know. I think we should pick out Demitha so you don't have a chance with her. Because you have like 25 different setups with Demitha already. So you can make any kind of block damage comp that we can think of with her. So I think someone has to pick her just so that you can have her.
Just so I don't get her? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. That's the way it goes.
All right. That's
do you think
some good
Demitha
thinking.
is like the number 1 Clan Boss champion?
I don't know. I mean, Demitha's.
It always used to be Maneater, right? It always used to be the champion to get was Maneater. Do you think Demitha's better now?
Yeah, I would say so. But I mean, it depends on where you're going to use her, right? Like, the requirements are so much higher. I mean, most of those Demitha teams have multiple speed boosters, so it's not like I can pick Demitha and I'm set. I have to pair her with like at least one other, if not 2 other champions as well. So I think that's the trick with somebody like that. I don't think her value is as high in this draft as some might think, because it really locks you into a certain draft style.
Right?
Yeah,
So you would say that.
I personally don't think that Demitha is better than Maneater. Like, I know it's easier to make
Heresy!
some unplayable teams,
I
but
kid.
I don't think she is, though. You don't have block buffs. You're gonna need more champions to make the team work. You know, I feel like the value is not as good as getting a Maneater.
That's a really good point, because if you draft Maneater, all you need is a Painkeeper. You're set to go, right? Like, that's and I don't think anybody else is going to pick Painkeeper, right? So like, you're pretty good there, and you don't even necessarily need her. You can still work it without her. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What do you think, YST?
also-
Unkillable? Okay, go on.
I don't do
I was just going to say,
unkillables.
like, unkillables are not necessarily the highest potential damage, are they? Either.
No, not at all.
Like, they're great teams. They're great to have, but unkillables.
Hades,
you only
you're
got
giving
50
them the
turns.
tips, man. Don't tell them.
Well, maybe I do want Demitha.
The mind games begin. I love it. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I don't think the unkillable teams are necessarily the way to go. I mean, I can tell you guys that wasn't my plan going into this. You know, unless I got that last pick and all of a sudden I can, really take my choice of champions, to select. That's probably not going to be what I do either. I think that, when you're talking about big damage teams, it really comes down to, more traditional teams have a lot easier route, especially with the, player power cap, because on those unkillable teams, you really have to stack the damage in order to get anywhere with it, right? So, I mean, I guess that's a good question. Like, for me, looking at this, I keep thinking the speed champions are going to be the most important, but maybe you guys have other thoughts on that, because there's so many other, factors with this.
Yeah, I think that the speed 100% is the way to go. Like, if I'm just honest, because I don't know, it's just when you're doing an unkillable team, you tend to have like your top damage dealer and your team is just perfected. But if other people are choosing champions that you want in your team, you're like, holy crap, who can I choose now that's gonna really give me the upper hand on the next player? So I'm not diving into that dangerous territory. I'm going straight for a speed team, personally. I'll tell you straight from now.
Seeker, number 1 pick. I like it.
Edward, did you ever make a 3-for-1 team? Did that ever happen?
Yes. It was absurd.
Was it good results or not? I can't remember.
It was a long time ago. I did that. I think I did it on. I think I did it with Murder Inc.'s account, and I think I did it with Manible's account. This was like well over a year ago. But yeah, it had. That was back when Siffy was on a 3-turn cooldown. Tell you how long ago that was. So
It was a bigger boost as well, I think. 15% instead of...
I think you're right, yeah. So that was a heck of a team. I mean, one of the things I like doing with Clan Boss is always experimenting and try different things. So I think this could be an opportunity to, push those limits. I don't know how much damage you can... Like, even that team didn't do that great of damage, though, because everything was just speed. Couldn't fit it into anything else, so it was a little bit rough there. I lost you guys for a second. Hold on. There we go. I was wondering though, what do you think about counterattack? Is that going to be a thing that we go for here? I don't know if you guys like how much you think about this kind of stuff, but this is like my daily. So I'm like, what's really the focus here? Because like, there's only 3 counterattack champions. There's only 3 champions that can really go at a 2-1 ratio by themselves. Are those all the first picks, or are you using things like Ninja? Who's a OP damage dealer, or Brogni, or Geomancer? Like, give me some thoughts on where you think these guys fit into the whole meta here.
I mean, a lot of them they can go. It depends what sort of team you're literally planning to do, because not all of them they can work good in every single team, right? Like Ninja is not that easy to set up in every single team. Some teams they don't actually work properly with Ninja, so I think you're gonna sabotage yourself there if you're picking Ninja and you don't have your mindset onto it. But counterattack, I would say that is a bit overrated, in my opinion. So I'm not really gonna focus necessarily on counterattack personally.
I'd love to hear that.
I think it's overrated, and I would love to pick up if I don't get an unkillable type of setup, I will be gunning for a counterattacker. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't manage to get unkillable, yeah, you're gonna need something like that instead.
Yeah, I guess like ally attack champions, maybe to go for the first kind of 5 ally attackers. Scratch. What do you reckon?
I've done a team only with ally attack actually.
Have you?
I want Kiret. Yeah, I want Kiret. Double Maniter and full counter attack. Krella, Longbeard, and a Ferrokin.
Nice.
I like that a lot. I've never been more upset that I don't have a Ferrokin on my account than I am right now.
What?
They still don't have a Ferrokin Fat. I don't have one. Haven't pulled one this whole time.
We're going to be on the test server, so you just get the shards open. Just open a ton of shards.
No. That goes against the spirit of the game. We stick with what we have on our accounts, guys.
Oh yeah, you're right. I would never do that personally. If I was in a similar situation, I would never. No.
Look at his face.
Just saying.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to. We're just gonna cancel Cold Brew here for a little bit. He needs to be put on timeout. When he learns to play nice with others, he's back.
If you see a Draco on my account, it's not because I never pulled it. It's just I got very, very lucky suddenly. Right?
I hear that.
See me use a Draco, right?
All right. Well, here's a big question: who do you guys think is going to win this thing?
Who's going to come second after me?
Yeah.
I think Scratch is going to be second. Then probably Hades, YST, and finally you, Deadwood. Deadwood would be the new nickname.
Cold Brew canceled again. That has to happen.
Thought we had free speech here.
All right, I see. What do you think, YST? You got a chance of winning this thing?
No. I don't.
Confidence level high.
Why
I
the
like
confidence?
it.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because I don't have a Krisk, I don't have a Demiffer, I don't have a Valkyrie or a Martyr, and I'm very limited to my counterattack options and also my ally attack. So I'm kind of scared that if one of my champions get chosen that I really need, I'm screwed. So if you see a Jing 1 in there, blame Deadwood.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Who's
fair
your
enough.
like most needed champion? IST?
Most needed.
Like for your account.
He's got the book out. No telling.
Yeah.
I might
What
just
do you think,
magic
Hades?
summon.
Who's winning
I
this
actually
thing?
don't know. I think it's going to come down to a couple of things, right? Actually, how much time do you put into building your team? And that's like we'll do account takeovers, we'll do clan boss builds, and just building a team normally, an average one can take you a good few hours, right? So, and this is like fine tuning. This is about coming up with the best speed comp that you can for your setup. And that's a lot of investment of time to do it. And there's also how well do you do on the draft, and how good is your gear? And gear in here is going to be huge. Like, which gear sets are you going to pick? Do you have quality gear? I think Scratch probably kills us all on gear by some distance.
True.
So that's, Scratch is kind of like maybe odds on right now, but it depends if he gets those champions that are going to help him over the line. So it's tricky. I guess after me maybe Scratch, but it's going to be close.
Scratch, you picking yourself as well?
Well, if everybody tends to lean in that direction, I'm gonna have to lean the same, right? So I'm gonna go in confident that I've got this covered, But then we have this guy that makes all sorts of calculators and crazy tunes and all that stuff, and spends tons of time doing clan boss teams. So I do see a bit of a danger in that direction as well, So we gotta see. I feel like the draft is definitely gonna be a massive player in here. That's kind of like what's gonna decide the main thing, And of course, how everybody's gonna play, how nice everybody is gonna play. Are you gonna try to mess my team up, or are you gonna try to build your own? That's kind of like the whole thing,
Well,
I might just
can
play
I
purely
draft-
to like block. I might just play to block teams. See what
Can I draft
and
instead
end
of
up
a
with something
champion?
freestyle there.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'm
can
kinda
I draft
thinking,
instead
like-
of a champion? Can I just use the Deadwood Jedi calculator, and then everybody else is not allowed to use it?
Whoa,
Is that
whoa.
possible? So instead of a champion pick, I can do that.
Whoa.
Look you guys
By
out.
the way, I probably should have said this beforehand. We are planning some maintenance starting on Monday, so
maintenance.
that might be a little bit of an issue for you guys. Well, very cool. I don't really have any other questions for you. There is a penalty for this as well. And I want to make sure everybody's prepared with a nice and juicy, embarrassing story. Something appropriate, or like a really juicy, embarrassing picture, or preferably both. Is everybody prepared in case you fall flat on your face here?
I've got no choice, so
wait.
yeah.
Is it anybody else? So
No, it's you.
whoever loses-
No. I don't want. Scratch can tell his story when he loses. You have to tell your story when you lose.
Lose? What do you mean lose? Maybe I don't understand. I'll be first in this. So how am I supposed to prepare?
You don't have the word in your vocabulary, right?
I'm learning new words every day with you guys. Learning new words every day.
When you finish first in the golf game, that's what I'm talking about here. All right. Well, look, I just want to make everybody out there watching know we're going to be streaming this 10 a.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. UTC. We've covered that with us. We know it is going to be 5 p.m. UTC. We got the time zone right, so just check where you're at. We're going to be on my channel, twitch.tv/DeadwoodJedi. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I figure it's probably time to go ahead and figure who's picking first. So I've got this sweet little wheel up here, guys.
here we
And
go.
I figured we can go ahead and spin that bad boy. Got you all up there. Everybody's got their own color. Nice, you know, kind of brief names on everything. So you should be able to see who's doing what. Should be pretty exciting here. So let me make sure I have everything set up. There we go.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Can see you again.
Here we go. See who gets the first pick in the first clan boss draft.
Love the wheel, by the way. Love the wheel.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Oh, we can't
Big
see
fan.
it.
can't see.
The wheel's gone.
It's gone. It's disappeared.
Where is it? Is it spinning?
It's spinning. It's spun. I'm sorry that you guys.
He's picking
somehow
himself.
didn't see that. The winner was YST. You got the first pick, buddy.
Wow, unbelievable. There we go.
Sorry,
All
there you
right. Wait, we're not choosing right now anyway, so cool.
No,
We're not. No, you have
I
a
was, about to
day.
say, I was just about to say. I'm happy with that.
You
I'll
have
take
a day
it.
to figure it
I'll
out.
take Cool.
All right. I'm gonna take you out of that, and now we get to see who gets the second pick in this
How are we gonna
draft.
do this?
Just gotta
Can't see
update the
again.
wheel. Here we go. Second pick. Here it goes.
Is everyone thinking like, I don't want to be now. I don't want to be now. Like, give me fifth.
Well, YSC doesn't have any champions, so number 2 is like number 1. It works.
Yeah.
ColdBrewGaming, second
Oh,
pick
is
in the
it-
draft.
is it me?
Congratulations.
Oh, okay.
Not too shabby. All right.
Chris. What?
Yeah, we know. We're all aware. All right,
No, guys,
down
I
to
don't have
3.
a Chris.
Hellhades, Scratch, Deadwood Jedi. Who's going to get the oh-so-coveted number 3 spot right in the middle?
Not in the middle. Not in the middle.
I think it's Hellhades. I think I did write that down. I feel like that's just kismet. It's me. Perfect. Don't say I wasn't a bad host. Or I wasn't a good
Have you got a
host.
Chris, Edward?
I do.
Yeah, it's not worth picking first, though, is it?
Nah.
Nah.
Nobody wants first.
No,
You know?
but-
They'd say
nah,
it was
it's not
rigged
worth
if I got first. I can't go that right. Huh?
You like
Oh,
the
man.
challenge.
Yeah, well, I got one now. Definitely have one going now. This is gonna be interesting. All right, Hellhades, Scratch. Who's gonna get the last pick? Who's gonna get the number 4 pick?
Let's see.
Maximum damage.
Hellhades, you're number
There we
4.
go.
That
Number
means
4,
Scratch. You're gonna be the 5th pick. So that's gonna be our order here: YST, ColdBrewGaming, Deadwood Jedi, Hellhades, and Scratch. So this should be exciting. I cannot tell you. I've been planning this for months. I'm super excited about this. So hopefully this will be a fun time for everybody. And yeah, everybody out there, go ahead, let us know who we should be picking with our spots. We probably won't listen to you, but tell us anyway. I'm sure they want to know.
Give me some ideas.
Give Deadwood some ideas so he knows.
Yeah,
I get wrecked.
I need some help. Hey guys, thank you guys for coming on, doing this. I thought this was a
great.
lot of fun, and yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. This should
Catch
be
you
exciting.
tomorrow. I need to go and plan.
Definitely.
All right, guys, I'll see you next time.
Peace.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.